La 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 la, wait till I get my money right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of the Journey Podcast, baby. Listen, I've been so excited, man. I've been excited, like you know, I've been hyped for this, man. I've been hyped because I've really been trying to figure out how we want to deliver content, and I just been figuring this is the best way to do it for us. just to sit down, I'm probably gonna stand up. I'm just hyped, man. I'm just hyped because, man, it's just I just felt like this was the best way to do it. This was just the best way to do it. We are service oriented people. We want to help somebody. We want to serve somebody. We want to be of service. We want to help somebody, lift somebody up. That's what we want to do. Yeah. And the reason why we calling this the Journey Podcast, because it's not your normal success podcast, right? Most people, when you listen to a success podcast, it's somebody who's already there. It's already somebody who's already on the mountain. You know what I'm saying? This is about getting up the mountain. This is about the climb. This is about the journey, man. This is about the journey, because I remember, and we're going to talk about this very shortly, I remember, the turnaround point in both our lives. We were just talking about this yesterday. I remember the turnaround point. I remember all the way up, everything that led up to me getting in my purpose, me getting in the gift, me doing, writing the book, me becoming a youth motivational speaker, all these different things. I remember the steps. I remember the hardships. I remember the mental, I don't want to say mental breakdown, but the mental pressure. You know what I mean? The emotional pressure, all the pressure that was on. So we want to help somebody on the journey. We want to help somebody get started. We want to help somebody, get in their purpose and do what they were put here to do. We want to help you. We want to give you a push, and just by our stories. So I got an opening segment, baby. It's called You Know What's Crazy?
What?
You know what's crazy? And I know you don't got kids yet, right? But you know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
When you have kids, right, and they start talking. My son's 3, right? My son's 3 years old. You already know Jace off the chain, right? And he's 3 years old, and you hear him say certain stuff, and you're like, yo, where'd you get that from? You know what I'm saying? Yo, where'd you get that? Right now, he real violent, man. He's on some, I don't know, some,
What you want, daddy?
No, just that, he's into ninjas, all this different type of things. I'm gonna kill him. I'm oh, chill out, bro. Y'all chill out. But I be thinking yo, you think as a parent, you yo, where did he get this from? And then you start, after he says it, and you don't say that, you notice how many times you say it. For real. I heard my man, he was talking about, I hate that. I'm where did he get that from? And I know it's every other sentence I'm saying, I hate that. So that's crazy to me. It's it's crazy because having kids will monitor you. You know what I'm saying? It'll make you monitor yourself. Yeah, because I gotta think about everything that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I gotta think about everything.
You gotta walk around with a conscious filter.
It's crazy. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm walking on pins and needles around my house. I'm man, I love that. You know what I mean? I gotta change everything that I say because I want him to repeat the right things. And it's they only repeat the stuff that you don't want to repeat. For real, they only repeat the stuff that you don't want them to repeat. But man, so you know what's crazy? That's our segment. That's our opening segment. So, but check this out. So I want to get into it because we don't have that much time. We on the lunch hour right now. But man, I was just on vacation. We just talked about this, man. Just a couple weeks ago, me and my wife, we was on vacation, and I woke up kind of early. I'm an early riser, so I woke up early, and I went out to the balcony of the condo. And I was sitting out there, birds chirping. It's morning time, still dark out. Nobody's up. And I'm looking out at we're in Orlando, Florida, right? And I'm looking out at the body of water that's surrounding the condo. It's a little pond, with the little shooting water, the little fountain,
beautiful.
Palm trees all around. I'm hearing birds chirping, like I said, and I'm just looking out into the water and I'm reflecting. I'm yo, 4 years ago, at this very exact time, I took this same vacation, and I came back, man, to a terrible situation. Right, I came back, man, and for most of y'all who don't know, I came back, and man, just everything that could go wrong went wrong. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Me and my wife, we were newlyweds, just married, a couple months in. We go on this vacation, kind of the honeymoon, late honeymoon vacation. We come back, man, bills piled up. We come back, and I had put in my vacation time at work. And for some reason, you had to have 6 months anniversary time or whatnot, 6 months in the job. I was at my 6 months. I put my time in. It got approved. So I thought I get back, man. On that Friday, I check my I check my bank account and there ain't no money in there. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no money in there, bro. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know, so I went to the job the very next day, and they was like, yo, we made a mistake. I'm like, you made a mistake? They said, yeah, we made a mistake. Like you missed your anniversary by like a week. So your check is just ain't no check, right? So all the money that we have in savings, we using it right now, like to pay bills, do all these different things. And man, I just remember like eviction notices on the door. You know, I just remember like bank accounts in the negatives, man. I just remember like my wife's car getting repossessed. I come home one night after work and the car gone. You know what I'm saying? And I go upstairs and I'm like, I wake my wife up because I was working overnight at that time. And I'll go wake my wife. I'm like, yo, you know the car, gone. You know, where's it at? You know what I'm saying? Where could it be? You know? So I mean, I just remember all that, man. I remember to me it was real when I found myself reaching in the couches of my seats. You know, to find change to buy food or to buy gas, man. We had to make decisions like that. It got so bad, man, we ended up living in her grandparents' room, upstairs room, which we call the attic, could look just like an attic, right? You've been in there.
Storage.
And when all that was going on, man, my wife was pregnant with my son, and that just put me in a terrible headspace. And I'm thinking like, okay, I'm the man of the family. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm the man of the family. I can't provide for the family right now. Mm-hmm. Here we are living in this attic. You know, I looked her grandfather in the face. I looked her grandmother. I looked her father in the face. Told him I was gonna take care of their daughter, and here we are. Here we are in this terrible, terrible situation, man. And I'm just looking back at this like, yo, that was just 4 years ago. Just 4 years ago, I couldn't feed my family. Just 4 years ago, I couldn't put Pampers on my son. Just 4 years ago. And now the whole situation is different.
Now what you doing?
Yeah, now I'm an author. You know, now money's, I'm not saying we rich, because don't get it twisted, like, we're not rich, but I'm saying, like, money's not an issue. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We own both our cars. We just closed on a house. Like, it's everything's turned around now. And I'm thinking, like, what was the turning point? What was the turning point? And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I was like, I got it. I decided. I made a decision.
When you decided that you're not going to struggle.
I promise you, and I remember this day, man, I'm driving into work, and this is when I'm working and I know that I can't pay these bills. Like, we so back behind the bills that I know that every time I get paid now, I'm going to be back in the negative as soon as I get paid, right? I'm driving into work, man, I just broke down. Like, I'm driving in, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, I remember the sun was shining. It was a beautiful day. And I'm in a car, man, just tears flowing, like people looking at me like, yo, what's going on with my man? Like, I'm in a terrible headspace, man. I'm just like, I can't take it no more. Mm-hmm. I can't be here no more. And I made a decision that day that I would never be there no more. I made a decision that day that me and my wife would never struggle that way no more. I made a decision that we would never, like, go back to poverty. I mean, I made a decision, man, that we would never be in that situation again. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I made the decision, nothing just changed overnight. I remember we were talking about this yesterday. When I made the decision, you know, things turned around a little bit, but I remember a couple months down the road, a week before Christmas, then I lost my job. You know, stuff was still happening. Car problems, this problem, that problem.
Life don't stop, man.
Life don't stop. Life don't stop. And when I made that decision, it felt like all hell broke loose. It felt like all hell broke loose. And I'm talking to somebody right now because right now, somebody may be listening and they at a turning point in their life right now. They're at a point where like you're knocked down. You're knocked down, and you're.
They're at that crossroads.
They're at that crossroad.
Either you're gonna keep going, or you're gonna make a turn.
Yeah, or you're gonna fold. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna fold. You're gonna get up. Like, what you gonna do? Right? You at a turning point. I'm telling you right now. You just need to make a decision. You make a decision that you are not going to be there anymore. You got to make a decision to get back up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wrote the book. Like, for real. I wrote the book, the very first chapter, Get Back Up, because I just made the decision that I won't be here no more. I made a decision that, like, I refuse to live as a victim anymore. Mm-hmm. I made a decision that I refuse, like, I don't care what it takes. I refuse to stay here. I refuse to stay here, man. I just want you to speak on that because I remember when I was going through my go-through 4 years ago, you was going through your go-through around the same time. But just talk to him, man, about it a little bit.
Although mine was more personal, I mean, it has a family.
Right.
So, for me, it was just me. So, I'm in it alone. I'm in my senior year of college, and I find out I can't afford it.
Right.
I can't afford it. I can't pay for my last year of school.
Yep.
So, next thing I gotta do, I gotta go home. I gotta go back with mom's.
Ground zero.
Yeah.
All over again.
Yeah.
After you didn't build this.
Back at the crib.
After you didn't build this, you know, you about to graduate.
Yeah.
You about to graduate.
I put that time in, I put that work in, and now I'm back at the crib. I'm back with mom's. But here's the thing, like, I'm grown now. I'm 21, 20. My mama's old, but and the dynamic has changed. So our living is this all day,
all day. Cause you a grown man.
I'm a grown man.
And now she got her rules. She's like, you back under my roof. I got my rules. Yeah.
I lived the last 3 or 4 years of my life as my own, and now I'm my parent. I'm under my parent again.
Yep.
So then I was like, okay, I can't stay like this. This is mentally draining, physically straining.
Yep.
And no, I mean, for a while I lived under that. I lived in that.
Yep.
I complained, I cried. I was like, yeah, why me? And I was like, this ain't it. I made a decision. I made a choice. I made it
right then and there.
I was like, okay, and then it's good to have goals. Everything that I said that I would do, I have now. I said I was gonna get back in school and back to school. I'm doing better than I was my first go around.
Right.
Even though I gotta start all over, that's better than nothing.
It's better than stay right there though. Stay right there because like somebody right now is fearing the fact that they may have to start all over.
You gotta do it. You gotta eat it.
And that's paralyzing them to the point where they don't do nothing because they know that they about to have to start all over. You see what I'm saying? And I'm telling you right now, sometimes the clean slate is the best thing that can happen to your life. And here's what I love. I just heard this morning. Like, even though that might be a setback, you're in a different headspace because you learned from that situation. So now, even though you had to turn a new page and you started with a clean slate, bro, you're writing a new story like that because you already learned. Like, now you know you're excelling at a rapid pace now.
I've been there.
Because you've been there and you learned.
So I know how to do it again. I know how to do it better.
So what I'm trying to say right now is don't be afraid of that new start. Don't be afraid of that new humble beginning. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that. Embrace that. Embrace that because you, like I said, the adversity made you stronger. And I talk about this all the time when I go speak to the students. Like, listen, you're going to go through some adversity. You're going to get punched in your mouth. And I don't even know how many times. Like, somebody may die. I'm not trying to be cynical, man, but somebody in your family might die. Somebody in your family might get an illness. You might get it. I don't know. None of us knows what's going to happen. But I'm telling you right now, that adversity in your life is not meant to break you. It's not meant to break you. It's meant to make you stronger when you embrace it. When you embrace it.
It's not meant, don't let it break you.
Don't let it break you.
There will be times like my cousin just lost his mom.
Man. Imagine
that. Your mom. We all know that it's going to happen, but ain't nobody ready for it.
Yeah, ain't nobody ready for that.
Who's that?
Yeah, ain't nobody ready for
Who's
that.
Just lost his moms. And but he's one of them, you know.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a soft peak in him.
Nope.
But I seen him break down.
Man.
I've seen like Superman crumble.
Man. And I'm just thinking about that, man. I'm just thinking about that because you saw him break down, right? But just think about like. Just for me looking at it, I lost a lot of people in my life.
Yeah.
I lost my grandfather, who was my father figure. My father's never been a part of my life. We talked about a lot of stuff yesterday. My father's never been a part of my life. My grandfather was my father figure. He died when I was 10.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost a lot of people. Like, I just lost my cousin last year, and that was like my brother. That was like my brother, man. But I'm telling you right now, like where he's at maybe right now, and where he's gonna be at in a year, man. It's crazy how those type of situations can make you stronger. I remember when Jay lost her father, man, and it was crazy because it was like she was broken. And it's like you gotta go down the whole. It's like that clean slate we just talked about.
I read this, man. It's just so ironic. A piece of coal.
Oh, okay.
If you put a piece of coal under pressure, it will do one or two things. It will form a diamond, or it will crush.
Or a crumble. hey, bruh. I'm about to get. I'm about to get up.
A piece of coal under pressure, you will either become a diamond or you will crumble.
So which one? It's a choice. It's a decision. You have to make a decision right then and there. What you gonna do? Like for real, man. Like when I was facing that situation, everybody looking at me like, "Yo, you the man. You the man of the family." You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure my wife was even looking at me like, "Yo, I'm 9 months, 9 months pregnant. I can't even work right now. What are you gonna do?" You know what I'm saying? I made a decision. I'm like, "Yo, I can't crumble," even though I wanted to. Even though there was a part of me that was like, "Yo, just give up." There's a part of me for real. I'm gonna be honest, like, "Yo, just give up. Just give up," because everything's against you and it don't look like you about to make it out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. But I made a decision. I said, "You know what? I'm telling you, I will never be here again." I promise you this. I looked her in the eye. We will never be here again. I don't care if I gotta work 13 jobs. We will never be in this situation again. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's deep though, man. Cause like, it hurts me to see people crumble, man.
They do.
Because I know that they have it in them.
You know
not to.
You know where it could go.
Yeah, I know everybody has that diamond in them.
Everybody
has that
that.
diamond in them. Everybody
has the potential to shine, man.
Everybody,
You
man.
know, but
It's all about that mindset.
that too. Wanting it is not enough.
Yep.
As my wrestling coach used to tell me, wanting it is not enough.
One is not. Ooh, explain that.
Wanting it is not enough. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be rich.
Yep.
And if wanting it was enough, we'd all be rich.
Yep.
We'd all. I wouldn't even be talking to y'all. I would have no
You
purpose
preaching
in
right
this.
now,
I would
bro.
like.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody,
For real.
I want to be rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich. No, wanting it is not enough. You gotta have something behind that.
Yeah.
Why do you want it?
Yep. Ooh.
What's your why?
Yeah. What's your why? And I
What's your
remember,
why?
man, the first time I heard that by Eric Thomas, man, it tweaked like what's your, like, you got people that's counting on you, man. You have people that's counting on you, and that's what made me. If it was just about me, I probably would have quit.
Yeah.
But it was about my wife. I had to look my wife in the face. I knew I had a son on the way. I had reasons why to keep going. And you gotta dig deep, and you gotta find whatever the
You
reason
gotta
is.
give yourself a reason.
Whatever you gotta give it, like you said, it might just be somebody that you might. It might just be the fact that everybody has an influence. It might just be the fact that maybe somebody's looking up to you and you may not even realize it. Like you got, like you said, you gotta give yourself a reason. Because if you don't got a reason, man, you're gonna throw in the towel. I look at. Let's put it in a sports perspective, right?
Okay.
I look at Tom Brady just in this last Super Bowl, right? And I use this, man. I've been using this a lot when I speak. Is they were down, man. They were getting thrashed. Like, and at no point am I saying in my mind that they about to lose. At no
I checked
point.
that score and went to sleep.
At no point, bruh. And I wake up the next morning. I go to sleep like, man, I don't think they're gonna lose. I wake up the next day and they won. You know what I'm saying? But I realized it wasn't about Brady. Wasn't on. I'm just trying to win. Brady was on, I gotta win for my mom. This may be the last time she gets to see me. It's like she got cancer. You know what I'm saying? This may be the last time she may be able to see me. That why, that reason is so important. You need that. You need that, for real. Because it's not easy, man. It's not easy. And like I said, life's gonna punch you. Life's gonna try to knock you down. And I'm just telling you right now, you have to have a reason to get back up. And once you get back up, fight. Once you get back up, fight. Fight. I used to say, just get back up and just find a way to win. But now I'm saying fight. Because you're gonna have to fight.
If you're gonna get down again.
Yeah, if you ain't no point in you might get knocked down again, but you're gonna get back up.
Yeah.
And you're gonna keep getting back up. I heard a saying by Les Brown. Man, he said if you can look up, you can get up. If you get knocked down, just land on your back.
I agree.
If you get knocked down, just land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up, man. And that changed my life, like, for real. I can look, I can see it. I may be down, but I can see it.
I agree.
Why not? Why can't I get back up? Why can't I do it? I look at people, man. I'm just, oh man, look. This is a dude I work across from, right? No arms. He was in the military. He was in the army. I don't know if he got like blown up. I don't know what happened, but he has no arms right now. Right? He has no arms, bruh. Most people, they would have quit. My man drives. My man eats all with his feet. Get dressed with his feet. You hear me? And here we are complaining. Here we are when something happens to us, we woe is me. Here we are like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my man has everything going against him. And he won't quit. He won't stop.
Think about that.
And he's the most joyous person I know.
Think about it as a human, how many times you use your hands a day.
Just think about it. Bruh, I can't do nothing with, like, besides walking. I can't do much with my man had to learn everything but to do with his feet. Like, come on, man. Come on, just think about what type of will do you have to do that. Just think about that. And then think, this is what I love. He had to make a decision. He had to make a decision.
I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna be a victim. I'm not gonna live off the government.
He has every right.
Yeah, he's learned it.
He has every right. He lost 2 limbs. He has every right to be like, yo, I quit.
He served us. And he's still going.
And he's still going, man. He's still serving people. Still, you know what I'm saying? He's still going, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what it is, don't ever get to a point where you're like, yo, it's over. Don't ever get to a point where it's over. Even if you're down by 30, in life. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about sports, but even if you down all the odds against you, like I said, bank accounts in the negative, this happened, family member, whatever happens,
Fourth quarter, man.
don't ever get to a point because there's always another quarter.
Yeah.
There's always, as long as you live in, there's always another corner. The only time I'm gonna look at it like, yo, it's over, is when I'm on that dying bed. You know what I'm saying? Like literally when I'm taking that last breath.
But even with that, I'm gonna be happy because I know I left
You
the
live.
legacy.
Yep,
I left
you
the
live.
legacy. I
And
got
that-
somebody to follow me.
Man, and that's deep because listen, guys, like you have us, like those points of your life that happen have to happen, not just for you, but for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real, I wrote the book. You know what I'm saying? I wrote the book. I put it in the book. That's helped somebody. That's helped somebody overcome whatever struggle they're going through. Like you got to understand your story, the stuff that you go through, is going to help somebody. You got to get through it. You got to get through it, man. You got to get through it. And it all starts with that decision. Make a decision. I need you to make a decision today. I want to challenge you to make a decision. Even if you're in a position where everything's gravy. Even if you're in a position right now where everything's lovely. Make a decision. Make a decision that when stuff does go wrong, because it will, and we're not being negative.
It will.
Because it will. Make a decision right now. Make a decision right now that no matter what, you are going to get back up and you're going to keep fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to keep fighting. You're going to become a champion, one way or another.
Are you gonna become a diamond or are you gonna crumble?
Are you going to become a diamond or are you going to crumble?
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
And
And,
that-
it's all
it's on
in
you.
the decision.
Yeah,
The
it's-
power is yours. The power is in the decision
Okay.
to be that diamond or to crumble. Man, that's deep, man. That's deep. And we all got that diamond in us. We all got that diamond in us.
Everybody has that potential. We all have. What did you say, man? We all have what it takes.
Yeah.
Right.
Inky Johnson, man. Inky Johnson said everybody has what it takes. The problem is not everybody realizes it's gonna take everything. you got.
That's it.
Everything. Matter of fact, we're gonna end that note. I want to challenge you to give it everything that you got because you already have what it takes.
You got
You
what
just
it
gotta
takes.
give it all. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta give it all. Like you got
Take everything
okay.
you
Let's
got.
let's say my hands are full right now,
Mhm.
right? And in order to get to that next level in life, I have to give all of that. You know what I'm saying? I have to give it all. Most people are not willing to do that,
No.
but you already have it. You already possess whatever it is. Like you already have it. So
That's afraid to be successful. That's another one.
and that's something I never really understood. But now, like when we put in that perspective, I get it now. I get that. You know what I'm saying? You're afraid to go all in because you think like, what if? But you don't know.
Yeah.
And this is what I love. If you don't go all in, you know what you're gonna get. You know it's an automatic no. If you don't go for it, it's an automatic no.
You gonna stay right where you at.
But instead of just going for it, all right, we gonna end on that. Listen, guys, make a decision. Make a decision. That's the very first step, man. We love y'all. We want to see y'all win. Man, make a decision. Make a decision that no matter what happens in your life, you're gonna get back up and you're gonna find a way to be blessed.
Wait till I get my money right. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace.